Hi, I'm Angela Coulter of Ascended World, bringing you the first day of the first course of our fabulous Adventures in Wonderland program. We're so glad you're joining us in this course to worthiness. And we are just going to dive right in. And in doing that, we're going into something that's a really deep one for many. So why not just hit it right off the bat? And that is in being the worthiness to be and to exist. Many do not realize they have this in their psyche. They realize they have this consciously in their energy field. They don't recognize that they don't feel worthy of being here, or they don't feel like they're worthy of being human. They don't feel like they're worthy of actually, we're going to talk about all these other energies around that. But the whole start point is the worthiness to be here, the worthiness to be embodied, the worthiness to be in this embodiment and part of this symphony. And many have these, and part of it comes from this. When we want to get into the more esoteric things, many other lifetimes where we didn't that we believe we really screwed up, that we thought we were just terrible as human, that we did something that we judge ourselves for and we hold somewhere in ourselves, in our psyche, in our energy field. And so we don't believe, or we believe that coming here is punishment of some sort. We believe that we are, losers to, like that we don't even deserve to exist. We shouldn't even be here in the multiverse, that we're a mistake. I've met with many and worked with many clients and students who have, even in expanded consciousness and constant self-work, still have these feelings of, I don't deserve to be here. I don't deserve to be in existence. I don't deserve to exist because I'm useless. And, it's interesting. We have a lot of stuff culturally, globally, in multiple cultures that calls us as humans losers. Listen to all those statements that we have that are like, oh, I'm only human. It's just I'm having a human experience, right? And in that, we consider that to be a failure. We consider that to be in a lack of a lot. And that's part of the agreement and the decision to embody this facet of ourselves as the whole of divine consciousness, as this individual at this time. And so here's the funny thing, that's still in that idea that we are separate from whatever you want to call the divine, whether you want to call it God, source, the universe, the quantum field. But mostly, most people think of it as God, that I'm separate from God, because it's funny. You can say, oh yeah, I'm part of the universe. I'm part of the quantum field. I'm part of all that. But when you get to God, creator, source, then we're like, oh, well, I'm a co-creator. And it's like, well, no, you are that. You are the creator. You are God and source. Like, we're all of this, right? And in doing so, it's shifting to recognize that we, as the whole of the wholeness, we created each facet in each embodiment, each physicality, each dimension, each location throughout the multiverse, purposely to fit this incredible multiversal symphony, so that we can see ourselves in all this glory, I guess, right? In this beauty and magnificence, in the separation. And all I always look at it is in a way of multifaceted, like a multifaceted gemstone, this billion multifaceted gemstone that makes up the multiverse. And that is just even still a vague representation of what we are as the divine. And so when we shift ourselves to recognize that we are that of course my embodiment is perfect and incredible, and of course I deserve to exist, because if I wasn't a crucial and very important part of the whole symphony, then I would not exist, because I would not have created me. And so that's sort of like a little bit of a mind-blowing thing. But so all of the lessons, so what happens is we've gotten through all of these set of lessons in duality and separation, and we judge some of them and we think we did it wrong. We think we made mistakes. We think that it's, something that, like we screwed it up, especially those of us who are, I guess, keepers of the Earth project, that we've done the incarnation here in this density, because we have densities and separation all over the multiverse. It's just how we've created, and not just as people, but as animals and plants and all that kind of stuff. But those of us who have been sort of the project managers, which is pretty much those of us who are incarnate here, of the Earth project, as I call it, which is a small project of a much bigger project multiversally. We believe that, we've had turns in things that the ego judges as horrific or low vibration or dark or evil, or things like feel like they've gone off course because of how we planned them or expected them to be. Then we feel like we screwed up. And then that's when we say, oh, well, I just don't even deserve to exist because look at the mess that I've made. Look at the mess we've made, right? So that's where we get this. So eventually, bajillions of eons, right? Eventually we get to this place of, well, gosh, why do I still exist? Well, we still exist because we're perfect in what we're here to create. And as whatever, as the ego wants to judge it as, it is perfect in the whole of the symphony that it is. And it's creating and evolving and forming what it is that we believe we'd like to form through that friction and separation and darkness and everything else too. So when we can come above that and transcend it to a place of acceptance from a much more expanded perspective, then we can accept that we are in fact, worthy to exist. I mean, this is why we put it on day one. Sarah and I did this on day one because this is a really strong foundation for everything else that follows. Because if we don't feel like we're worthy to exist, then we're not going to believe we're worthy to do other stuff. So that's where we're starting today. And in this month, or however long it takes you to do this 28 element course, we have a pattern of what we call creation statements. And the creation statements, again, before I even started, I forgot to remind you, hopefully you did this worksheet from your workbook before you watch the video. I'm not going to redo the video just to do that, but hopefully you do that before. If not, then stop this, go back and do this, go back and do the worksheet, and then maybe start over again and listen to this, because the pre-video prompting is for you to start looking inside of yourself and for you to see where you are on these topics, see where you are in feeling it into your body and your perception on that within yourself before, like as we talk about this. And now then we're going to set up our creation statement for our intention and the creation statement. And for this month, I think all of the creation statements for this course, I think all of the creation statements start with, I am worthy to, I remember how to, and I allow myself to. Because here's the thing, I'm worthy to is one thing, right? But because when we hold for any period of any part of existence, when we hold something as not us, that we're not worthy to whatever, right? Then we will not allow ourselves access to remembering how to do it, and we won't allow ourselves to do it. So for example, we have in all these different days, like prosperity, we have worthy to be wealthy, I'm worthy to be successful, I'm worthy to be happy, all that kind of stuff. If you do not believe you're worthy to, then you won't remember, you won't allow yourself to remember how to, and you won't allow yourself to be that anyway. So that's why we sort of grouped those together. It sort of came to me intuitively a while ago, and I use it for a lot of creation statements. So that's going to be the beginning of pretty much all of our creation statements throughout this course. It changes depending on what our focused intention is for the whole span of the course. So there'll be a different one for the next course, which is trust, and then guidance and forgiveness and all that kind of stuff. So, all right. So today's creation statement is, I'm worthy to remember how to and allow myself to claim the perfection of my existence. I am innately worthy by existing. Innately worthy by existing. So what we do in these clearing sessions, as we explained in the intro video, is so we step out of separation into our wholeness and oneness all together, and we close our eyes, take a couple deep breaths, and we're gonna set ourselves at the vibration to, the intention is to hold ourselves at the vibration where that creation statement is our truth, where we live from and we manifest from, the vibration where that is our truth, and all underneath that just falls away. Powerful, powerful exercise. So let's do that now. All right. Boy, I didn't want to come back from that. Because I sort of got a tap. Hey, might want to come back right now. Oh, I'm going to go back and do that some more. And by all means, if you want to play that again or play this again and do it again, you just clear out more and more layers, because even holding ourselves at that vibration, when we do that, part of why it's such a clearing is that anything that's not at the vibration or lower than that will just clear away. So it's a lot of stuff that clears out. So whew, that was beautiful, beautiful for the first day. And our post video affirmation, which, you can use throughout the day in your journaling, your meditation, and, you can put it on a Post-it on your monitor, or put it on your phone as a reminder. I am innately worthy in my existence. I am innately worthy in my existence. That's a beautiful statement all in itself. So thank you. Let's sit in that for a while, and we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great one.